contest will be a triple threat match and will be contested for the Superstars of Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing the first challenger, accompanied to the ring by the general manager, Gary Daniels. Hailing from Muscle Beach, California, weighing in at 265 pounds. He is the reigning AIWF Canadian Heavyweight Champion, the Muscle Beast from Muscle Beach, Wesley Pipes.
The Muscle Beast from Muscle Beach, the AIWF champion. Down one belt though, after losing it to Durning, the Superstars of Wrestling title, that is, months ago. But it is worth noting, Pipes back in the W column.
Yeah, Pipes coming off of a win in the VIP portion of our last show, defeating Bobby Ocean out of Hartford, Connecticut. Hard fought match, not an easy task by any means for Pipes.
Bobby Ocean, a 20-year veteran. And now back from VIP to the main event, Pipes goes. And now it's for the gold.
The next opponent hails from the Rocky Mountains, weighing in at 328 pounds. The Giant, Orion!
Inadvertent or not, I think the Giant has a bone to pick with the Beast, because at the end of our last show, at the end of the night, there was a chair shaped like Giant Orion's skull at the hands of Wesley Pipes. Not intended for Orion, though.
The shot was not meant for Orion. And I'm sure since then, Orion probably understands that it was inadvertent. He's seen the tape. Here's the thing, though. I don't think he cares.
No. All he knows, all he cares about, pardon me, is that this man in the ring cost me the belt. And now I have another shot at it, and I get to get my hands on both Wesley Pipes and the champion.
Former business partner of Wesley Pipes. Here's what I would like to know. These guys, former associates of one another, are they going to work together and team up with their mutual hatred of Durning? Or could we see Pipes and Durning put differences aside to go after the Giant and take him out early?
And listen, whether accidental or not, Pipes has cost both Durning and the Giant matches. Maybe they'll team up.
That's true, too.
Better quiet down in the front row.
He is the reigning, defending Superstars of Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. Hailing from St. John, New Brunswick, weighing 235 pounds, the ace of the Maritimes, Dick Durning.
If there's one thing that gets the people of St. John on their feet, it's that guitar riff every time that signals for Dick Durning, the ace of the Maritimes.
Durning coming out. Did he borrow gear from Aladdin? Or perhaps El Matador? Tito Santana collection.
It's new.
Look at Pipes. Pipes doesn't want to wait for the bell. Hey, as much grief as I give Scott Myers, Travis, I do not envy him in this match.
I certainly don't envy him in this
Your
match.
referee for this contest is Scott Myers.
Scott Myers, our official, has his hands full.
And we talked about this before. Durning's a big dude, and he looks like a teenager next to Orion.
It looks like Dries Durning.
Dries Durning looks like a shortened Gary Daniels next to Orion.
I'm okay with that. Here we go. Getting all three of these men ready.
Ring the bell!
And Scott Myers looks like a blowfish next to any competitor.
Will you stop? We got three of the best talents in Canada going. We got the Beast, the Giant, and the Ace.
Look, Pipes going right after Orion. I thought he was going to try and use Orion to lay some damage onto Durning.
Listen, Pipe.
And you don't like me. But hey, let's be smart about this.
Look, Pipes trying to get it. Look, Pipes and Durning putting differences aside. Kind of.
Listen, Coach Seb, you called it. You said to take down the Giant, he might have to do this, and immediately they're going for it. But there's a reason he's a Giant. And a double clothesline takes down the only two champions we've had in this company.
The only two champions, bona fide heavyweights, Travis. And Orion took them each down with an arm.
Unbelievable. And a 320-pound splash. Belly to Durning. And as you said, that's not a small man. He threw like a child.
Durning's feet scraping the ceiling of the field house.
And a torture rack to Wesley Pipes. That is probably the highest he's ever been, despite his last name being Pipes. And turn that into a TKO. Is this it? 320-pound lateral press, and Durning not going to allow it to happen.
Look at Durning. He's going right after the Giant. I gotta say, as much as it would, let's call a spade, as much as it would suck having to go up against Orion, this is a smart move, taking the Giant out early.
Oh! Unorthodox offense from Wesley Pipes.
I do not know if I've ever seen a tope from Wesley Pipes.
I was about to ask you that very question. You've seen this man's whole career. A suicida from Wesley Pipes.
Pipes is an old school wrestler. He's a meat and potatoes kind of guy. Suplexes, body slams, leg drops, clotheslines.
And one person who's not meat and potatoes, though, Dick Durning with the Arabian moonsault. That is par for the course. But you know what, Josh? It is worth noting. Wesley spent a lot of time in Mexico, and maybe it's showing a bit. Maybe he has some aces up his sleeve.
Well, how do you not get a little bit of lucha in your blood spending time in Mexico? And something that we missed, though, is if on that moonsault by Durning, I think his chest hit the apron on the way down. He seems to be all right, but you got to wonder if that's going to at least knock the wind out of him.
That's always been a bit of the Durning way, though. Sacrifice yourself to make it twice as bad for the opponent. And gets caught in a power slam by the Beast.
Durning doing the typical show. He couldn't just get into the ring. He had to jump over the ring and do a little twirl, and he paid. Good Lord!
Only a one count, but I was impressed when he power slammed Durning. He just power slammed Giant Orion.
And I know this man so well, Wesley Pipes, being a little kid and watching a hero from Venice Beach, California, power slam a Giant from Grenoble, France. And Pipes reliving it here in the field house.
Well, from Venice Beach to Muscle Beach, we got Pipes with a fireman's carry on the Giant, and he catches Durning. What is Pipes made out of?
Insane. The weight. He's not.
He is not human.
A Samoan drop while doing a fall-away slam to two of the biggest men.
Superstars of wrestling, you're right. And he is a superstar. He goes for the lateral press, but Orion kicks out. He has to be quick to cover Durning here. Full leg deep. He knows better. He knows. Oh.
I almost said an AIWF. That's the championship that Pipes holds, and we see why.
Absolutely. And listen, he did everything right on that. He hooked the leg deep, but that little bit of time in between covering Orion and covering Durning saved the ace of the Maritimes.
Flying forearm.
And the ace here, flying. Oh, into a backbreaker.
I cracked a joke about Tito Santana earlier when I saw Durning's gear, but that flying forearm, shades of El Matador.
Durning, bulldog lariat combo takes out both these behemoths.
I got to tell you, Orion is always impressive, but I am surprised at how much he's been off his feet in this match.
Well, there's only two people to do it. It's both men who have held the Superstars of Wrestling Championship. There's a reason it's the highest prize in the Maritimes. And Wesley Pipes knows Durning so well. 23-year friendship. He might have thrown out the window, but that's 23 years scouted.
Yeah, and we've seen this before by Pipes. I thought it was going to be that superplex, but no, this is something else. Almost into an Olympic slam position. What's Orion doing? Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Josh, we got a tower.
Oh, my.
Oh, Tower of Doom. All three men are down. This is utter chaos. And Kotsap, look at the carnage.
I was concerned for not so much Orion. I think he came out all right, but Pipes and Durning, what a fall. The Tower of Doom, never been more appropriately named when you've got Giant Orion as the base.
Tower is correct. And listen, Orion got the least of it, but when you throw 500 pounds like that, it's going to take a little something out of you.
Oh, and he's a big man. I would think that Giant Orion does not have the cardio of, say, a Durning.
Or even a Pipes, what Pipes has shown us. We've seen Pipes do 2 to 3 falls match. Don't be put off by his size. The man can go long.
Pipes can go. And I'll tell you another thing, too. Not a lot of people know this. Do you know where Wesley Pipes was last night?
Please tell me.
Cornwall, Ontario, wrestling for a promotion in Ontario. He drove overnight, got to this arena today at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, and he's still throwing out that pump kick as fresh as a daisy. And Durning drops the Giant with a super kick, as super as they come.
And look at the, trying to put over the wind on Pipes here, because look at this. Despite that travel schedule, despite the exhaustion, still lifting Durning up like he's nothing, although he's paying for it now.
He was thinking Mark of the Beast. Durning with that bulldog he does through the ropes, but this time into Orion and a split-legged moonsault on Pipes. Will he retain right here?
I thought he might have gotten Orion there too, but Orion coming out unscathed.
Orion out of dodge. Orion making sure that Durning's not keeping this belt. And Orion, little page out of Pipes' book, a Mark of the Beast.
Orion showing Pipes, anything you can do, I can do bigger.
Yeah, I think that is spot on, Kotsap. And look, we mentioned Pipes. He wants Pipes. He probably could have covered Durning. He did not forget last month. He remembers that chair shot.
Well, he might have been able to cover it, but Durning also showing what a veteran he is, sliding under the ring, can't get pinned when you're on the outside of the ring. Of course, unless you're Jason Boa.
Well, here we go. Pipes now with these right hands. We mentioned how good, on the pre-show, on the VIP, we mentioned how good that Durning's ring awareness is rubbed off on his son. We're seeing it right now, first generation here. Wesley Pipes is a beast.
Look at Durning low.
And Durning is the ace. 5-star frog splash. Has he kept his belt? Yes, he has.
Here is your
And
winner.
still.
And
Unreal.
Still.
That is, by my
Superstars
count,
Wrestling World
the third
Heavyweight
pin
Champion,
Wesley
the
Pipes
ace of
has
the
eaten of Dick
Maritimes,
Durning's.
Dick Durning.
Durning was undersized. Durning was in a lot of ways the underdog despite walking in as champion, and he found a way. He took any opportunity he could get as soon as Pipes hit that superplex. Durning was in for the kill like a vulture and keeps his belt.
Flew like one, too.
Gary Daniels, you can boo all you want, you can put your thumbs down, but that man is still your champion. Dick Durning, the ace of the Maritimes, the ace of Superstars of Wrestling.
Durning yelling at someone he recognizes in the crowd. What is this? Pipes isn't. The man wrestled and drove 10 hours or whatever it was and still ready for a fight.
I gotta give, this is uncharacteristic of Pipes. Extending a hand to Durning after everything they've been through. Maybe we can see a friendship rekindle. What? Gary Daniels, what are you doing? We get a beautiful reunion and Gary sticks his nose where it doesn't belong. Oh, he just slapped the beast across the face.
Gary, are you insane?
And I've never been happier to call this move. Gary Daniels just in a mark of the beast. Thanks for coming, Gary. Oh, but Orion's not done either. You said it earlier, Coach Sab. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Bigger.
Bigger, pardon me. And that was a much bigger Razor's Edge. I think Pipes just fell from the heavens.
Pipes going all the way up to the CN Tower and getting dropped from the needle.
A friendship mended, but his Pipes broken by Orion. Coach Sapp, what do you make of all this?
I don't know what Gary was thinking, first of all. Is there a partnership with Gary and Orion? Why Durning's smarter than this? Why would he help Pipes? Like, I love Pipes. I don't know that I would trust him if I was Durning, though.
Well, I think Pipes proved himself he showed where his allegiances were with that mark on the beast of Daniels. But more importantly than that, Pipes ate his own maneuver and is planking. He is out. He is face down, Coach Sapp.
And that move, the Razor's Edge, has been a hot topic in the pro wrestling world the last month. The dangers of it. To me, the GOAT, Bret the Hitman Hart, talking about how it was a move he hoped he would never have to be on the receiving end of. We're seeing the effects of it firsthand, what that move can do.
Well, maybe Hitman knows best, because how often do we have to see the beast helped to his feet by two people? And Durning.
Kick him, Durning.
Durning showing that fences can be mended no matter what has happened in the past.
Makes me wonder what's been going on behind closed doors. Here comes Jeff Graves, promoter, booker, Superstars of Wrestling owner.
I used to call Wesley Pipes the King Kong at St. John because I admired him so much, and maybe taking it back to those graces with what he just did there. But bigger story, Dick Durning, still our Superstars of Wrestling champion.
Oh, he came out to help Gary. I forgot about him.
Yeah. The less said about him, the better. Maybe Wesley Pipes did two things that made me a fan tonight.
Gary, you forgot your laptop.
I don't think Gary knows how to type right now. But you see Durning basking in the glow of the people of St. John, leaving the field house the champion. This is the Greek Gabber, Josh Coates Sabasakis. This was Gary Daniels. And this is the Superstars Wrestling's voice, Travis Boyce, signing off for April Rain.